You cut carbs to feel better, and by day 2 you feel worse. Headache that will not quit. Your heart pounds just walking upstairs. Leg cramps wake you up at night. By noon, your brain is cotton. Then you eat and crash again, like your body forgot how food works. That is not the flu. That is not weakness. It is your metabolism shifting gears fast, and your minerals not keeping up. Moving to slide 2. Early keto has a predictable first shift. Insulin drops, and your kidneys stop holding sodium as tightly. Sodium pulls water with it, so you pee more, you lose water weight fast, and the scale celebrates before you feel good. But that rapid fluid loss can shrink blood volume for a bit. When blood volume drops, your body often compensates by raising heart rate, especially when you stand up, climb stairs, or work out. That is why you can feel wired, breathless, or oddly anxious, even though you are eating clean. The fix is usually not more willpower. It is controlling the mineral you are losing first. Moving to slide 3. Sodium decides whether you feel steady or shaky during this transition. It is not just about cramps. Sodium helps you keep enough fluid in circulation so your blood pressure stays stable when you stand, move, and train. When sodium is low, your body releases stress hormones to maintain pressure, and that can feel exactly like anxiety. Tight chest, racing thoughts, pounding pulse. Add in dizziness when you get up, cold hands, and a workout that suddenly feels brutal at the same weight and pace. Action steps. If you are low carb and symptoms match, increase sodium on purpose for a few days. Start by salting food more aggressively. Add a cup or 2 of salty broth, or mix water with a measured amount of salt and sip it, not chug it. Many people feel better with roughly 4 to 6 grams of sodium per day total, which is about 2 to 3 teaspoons of table salt, counting food. If you have high blood pressure, heart or kidney disease, get medical guidance first. When sodium comes up, your heart rate usually calms down, and your day feels normal again. Moving to slide 4. If you respond to headaches or fatigue by chugging plain water, you can push the problem in the wrong direction. Extra water dilutes sodium in the short term, and your kidneys may dump even more fluid to restore balance. So you drink, you pee, you lose more sodium, and the headache keeps cycling. Thirst can feel never-ending, even though you are technically hydrated. Instead, match fluids to electrolytes. Drink to thirst, and make at least some of what you drink salty, especially around workouts, heat, or long walks. If your urine is crystal clear all day and you feel lightheaded, that is a clue you may be overdoing plain water relative to sodium. Once sodium and fluids are handled, one more mineral can still trip you up, and it does not behave like salt. Potassium is not salt. Moving to slide 5. Potassium problems feel different, and they scare people. Muscle weakness that is not soreness. Random twitching. Constipation that seems to come out of nowhere. And sometimes a skipped beat sensation that makes you freeze. Potassium is mostly inside your cells, and your body guards blood levels tightly, so you can feel off before a standard lab looks dramatic. Low carb can lower potassium intake because you cut foods that used to contribute a lot, like beans, fruit, and some starchy sides. Then you add sweat loss, plus the extra urine losses early on, and the gap shows up. Action steps. Get potassium from food first. Build meals around potassium-rich, low-carb options like avocado, spinach, mushrooms, salmon, and plain yogurt if you tolerate it. If you use an electrolyte mix, choose one that includes potassium, but avoid megadosing potassium salts unless a clinician tells you to. If you have kidney disease or take meds that affect potassium, like ACE inhibitors or spironolactone, do not supplement without medical supervision. When potassium intake is solid, your muscles feel reliable again, and your gut usually cooperates. Then the night shift has its own mineral. Moving to slide 6. If cramps are waking you up, think magnesium first. Night cramps often hit the calves and the small muscles of the feet, and they can show up with restless sleep or unusually vivid dreams. Stress makes it worse, because stress hormones increase magnesium loss and raise your need for it at the same time. The other problem is simple math. Many people do not eat enough magnesium-rich foods consistently, especially if you are cutting calories or avoiding legumes, nuts, and whole grains. What you do tonight: add a magnesium source in the evening, and keep the dose steady for a week instead of changing it daily. If magnesium gives you loose stools, back the dose down or switch forms. When night symptoms calm down, your sleep stops feeling like a fight. Moving to slide 7. Here is a quick way to decode what your body is asking for. Dizzy, especially when you stand up, is usually a volume problem. You are low on fluid in the bloodstream, often from not enough sodium and water together. Cramps point harder at magnesium need. General weakness or heavy legs can be a potassium gap, especially if you are eating very little produce. A dull headache that improves after salty food is often a sodium drop. Palpitations are different. If you have chest pain, fainting, severe shortness of breath, or a known heart condition, treat that as medical urgency. If it is mild and tied to dieting, dehydration, or caffeine, start with hydration and sodium, then reassess. Symptoms make more sense when you sort them into the right bucket. Moving to slide 8. Sometimes it is not electrolytes at all. The biggest hidden driver is simply eating too few total calories. When intake drops hard, your baseline energy falls, workouts feel strangely harder, and your nervous system gets more reactive. You can mistake that jittery, wired feeling for an electrolyte issue when it is just underfueling. Second, people cut protein too far. That tends to amplify hunger, makes recovery worse, and can leave you feeling weak, even if sodium and potassium look fine. Aim for a consistent protein target across the day, not one huge hit at dinner. Then there is sleep debt. Stack a few short nights, and you get higher stress hormones, more cravings, more fluid shifts, and lower tolerance for anything, including heat and exercise. Caffeine also hits harder when you are depleted. A normal cup can suddenly cause shakiness, anxiety, and palpitations. Pull the dose back and do not use it to cover up low sleep and low food. Alcohol tolerance drops too. One drink can wreck sleep and leave you dry the next morning. Fix the basics first, and a lot of electrolyte problems disappear. Moving to slide 9. Hidden low blood pressure has a tell. Your pulse jumps when you stand. You may see black spots, feel wiped out after a hot shower, or feel awful during long meetings where you sit, then stand. If a salty snack or salted water helps within minutes, that is a strong clue. When you match salt with fluid, your body stops fighting gravity all day. Moving to slide 10. Here is how to dose electrolytes safely and actually feel the difference. Start with food. Salt your meals aggressively, especially protein and starch. If you are already eating low carb, you often need even more sodium. Use broth between meals when symptoms are strongest. It is an easy way to add sodium without chugging a huge volume of water. During sweating, use an electrolyte mix, not plain water. You are trying to replace sodium while you lose it, not after you are already depleted. Spread doses. Small amounts taken a few times work better than one big hit. Avoid chugging a salty drink quickly, which can upset your stomach and lead to overcorrection. Pay attention to potassium and magnesium, but do not megadose. Get potassium mostly from foods like potatoes, beans, yogurt, and fruit, unless your clinician has you supplementing. If you have kidney disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or you take meds that affect potassium, do this with medical guidance. Simple, steady dosing beats constant tinkering every time. Moving to slide 11. Stop the endless tinkering. If you change electrolytes, carbs, caffeine, and training all at once, you will never know what actually fixed the problem. Pick one variable and hold everything else steady. Track symptoms by time of day, not just intensity. Note your workout, your heat exposure, and your sleep. Watch bathroom frequency too, because diarrhea and frequent urination can wipe out sodium fast, then recheck after 3 days. Consistency beats guesswork every time, and it helps you spot the red flags you should never push through. Moving to slide 12. Red flags to respect means you stop trying to self-optimize and you get medical help. Chest pain, fainting, or near fainting is not a willpower test. That can be a heart rhythm issue, low blood pressure, dehydration, or something unrelated to diet, and you do not diagnose that at home. Severe ongoing vomiting is another hard stop, especially if you cannot keep fluids down for more than a few hours, or you are vomiting repeatedly through the day. Confusion, new weakness, trouble walking straight, or feeling unusually drowsy can signal dangerous dehydration or electrolyte imbalance. If your heartbeat feels irregular and it persists at rest, or you are getting skipped beats with dizziness, treat it as urgent. And if you have diabetes, especially type 1, and you have high ketones with high blood sugar, nausea, abdominal pain, rapid breathing, or fruity breath, that is an emergency. The goal is not to be tough. The goal is to be safe enough to do a clean reset. Moving to slide 13. Your simple reset is boring and it works. Salt first, then water, because plain water can dilute sodium when you are already low. Get potassium from food like potatoes, yogurt, beans, or leafy greens, and keep intake steady instead of doing big boluses. Consider magnesium glycinate at night if cramps or sleep are an issue. Avoid extreme calorie deficits while you stabilize, and build exercise back slowly, especially in heat. If this helped, subscribe for more practical nutrition scripts. Comment with what symptom you are tracking and what one variable you will change. This content is educational and not medical advice. If you have concerning symptoms or a medical condition, seek care from a qualified clinician. Ketosis is a tool. Metabolic flexibility is the goal.